your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoy. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. Now, the reason why I started earlier than the live says I'm going to start is simply, let me unplug this so I can hear myself better. Um, ugh. It's simply because I want to make sure that this chat is working correctly. Let me see if I can put this down somewhere for now while I talk to you guys. Um, this is my first time using my. I don't even want to put it up this high, just in case. This is my first time using my new Samsung Galaxy S26 for a live stream. I could have went on the live stream channel, but I kind of want to dedicate that channel to using my live stream with my Osmo Pocket. And then I'm going to bring the content over here. Um, as you guys might not know yet, we are going to Dallas this week. Well, coming up this next Friday, we're going to Dallas. Right now, I'm looking for. If you guys see me looking around, I'm in the office. I'm looking for this piece so I can hold on my 4K camera. I mean my thing, so I can use for here for my phone, so I could live stream vertically for you guys like I normally do. But again, I just got back last week. I didn't even take my passport out. J Bug, what up? Okay, so I don't have to restart this one like this. I just got back last week from San Andreas and Barranquilla. So I'm still really not all the way unpacked. I usually put my passport back where it's supposed to be. I'm still not actually. It's supposed to be in safe. Give me a second. Um, I'm still not unpacked yet. I'm unpacked. I'm unpacked, and I literally just did. I spent the whole day yesterday doing laundry, cleaning the house, because my son he's here next week. Um, again for usually he's at his mother house for the summer, but he's in Rutgers basketball camp. So for these two let me put this in my safe real quick. For these two and real quick, the reason why I keep my passport in my safe is because my safe is fireproof. So I don't really keep money in my safe. I mean, I got something, something little in there, but I really just keep my passport and my S my SD cards from my trips around the world. I keep them all in my safe, and the reason why I keep those in my safe, of course, it's gonna be some money, but there ain't a lot of money in here. Is because the safe is fireproof. So if anything ever happens, Lord forbid, knock on wood, my passport will be good, and my content that I've had from my journey around the world will be good also. But today we are going to run some errands. I didn't want to start talking about the errands until we hit the 55 mark. So again, shout out to Jay Boogie in the building. Let me see if I can switch this up from top fans to all live fans. Again, this is my first time using my new S. Just got it from T-Mobile. My new S26, which is the newest model of the phone I had before. I do believe Samsung is the best for videos on your cell phone. And I figure if I'm going to after the trip I went on in San Andreas when I did that 11 and a half live hours live stream last week, I really felt like as much as I love using the Osmo because it allows me to record good quality video so I could transfer, I think I want to keep this specifically on the live channel because when it comes to recording for long periods of time on your live IRLs, they even gave me one of these things right here, a little tracker thing I might start using. When it comes to recording live stream IRLs, when you're recording your phone, it's easier. It's easier in the let me break it down. It's easier in the sense of I'm able to record longer without having to recharge or worry about my device overheating. Now, again, you need different weapons for different things. I see a lot of people like, oh, they're trying to get the best cameras, they're trying to get the best live stream stuff, they're trying to get the best stuff. But the quality is while the quality is important, we just getting everything get ready to go because I don't see I don't see where I put this thing at. But while the quality is important, what's more important is your interactions, your personality, your what you're showing. So I do every now and then upgrade my devices. I'm still trying to wait for this Osmo son's room right here. My son he's a computer person, so he even though he plays basketball, he's really big on computers. Um, Even though I do I think we're over the time now, so I can talk about the errands. even though I'm a person who does upgrade my stuff, because the Osmo Pocket 4 isn't available in the States, I haven't really upgraded it yet. And the only other thing I need to upgrade is my drone. So the phone, I'm hoping to see. I'm gonna see both. I'm gonna flip this around real quick. I'm going to see both ways of this to see how it looks. Again, I watch my videos back when I finish because it's important that I know what it looks like, what the quality is like. You can see me over here. I'm actually trying to pack, getting ready to pack for Houston. I'll do that when I get back. Got to go run some errands, and then we'll pack for not for Houston. We'll pack for Dallas. So we'll get that together when we get back. But again, y'all, we got to run these errands first. Now, I gotta go get some breakfast from the halal spot. The halal spot be having great food. And then after I get some breakfast from the halal spot, I might actually just buy. Oh man, you know what? Hold it, y'all. Let me go get this piece because I might just go buy another piece because I can't find it right away. And the piece is only like $3, $4, $5 or something like that. So give me a second, y'all. Let me go in and buy this piece. I mean, get this other piece. I need to get this off of Amazon too because it's broke. It broke last time. I'll probably get all this. Luckily, Amazon shipped days. I could have all this before I leave Friday for my trip to Dallas. But I need another one. What's that? I need another one of these because this is technically, when you open it up, you'll see it's broke. But this is a good thing to have because it fits like in a small bag right here. This is the Roman Wi-Fi router. We're not on a Roman Wi-Fi right now. We're on the regular Wi-Fi. But this right here, this is what gives you the quality film. This is how I was able to film for 11 and a half plus hours in another country with great quality. But this is the bag I usually carry, a little small bag like this. Do I even want to carry this bag right now? No, I don't really want to carry this bag because we're not really doing too much. We're just going running errands. So we're just gonna do it raw McGraw right now, y'all. Mingo Squire says Dallas, Texas is super lit with women, super lit with mangoes out. A lot of mangoes out there. Here's the thing: I'm only going there because my homie is having his 40th year birthday. He want to celebrate it. So like my brother, like not my brother, but my homie, and my brother's gonna be there too. So I'm going out there. So shout out to my homie Luke, PMBJ Louie. And shout out to my homie Wig. Wig also has his birthday. All the three of us are in the same birthday month. My birthday's on the 7th of July. Wig's birthday's, I believe, on the 12th, and Louis' birthday was on the 10th. So everybody has like the same birthday real close. So there's like a event they wanted to do. So I said I might as well go out there because y'all know me. I'm not really trying to go to in the States and spend upwards towards $2,000 like I had to spend for this right here. Because again, when I go places and I do the same thing I do overseas. I know y'all probably didn't see that already, but my cars are all still here. I was thinking about getting, even though I'm not gonna be here, it's the reason why I'm not getting it. But I was thinking about getting a shout out to Mr. Allen. What up? What up? I was thinking about getting a what's that called? A slingshot. But again, I don't really have the passion for that. Plus, I'm working on having a kid in Colombia, so that's gonna cost me some bread. So I don't really want to get that. But y'all see the 5.0 Mustang? I took the thing off, a little 5.0 thing off. But the Mustang with the gold BBSs, drop top convertible. I mean, Minister Society style. But again, I would be driving that, but right now I'm really like I'm doing a lot of stuff. There's the Rubicon, the Jeep Rubicon, the Ruby. And then but normally I would be driving that. They always park in front of my goddamn driveway, man. I can't stand these. I can't stand it. Look at the wheels. Look at the wheels. I can't stand when they block my driveway like this and they be in the church. Crazy, man. And then I got the deuce and a quarter right here with the 22s on there. The deuce and a quarter. License plate says fresh and got a dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say this cab was where, but I thought, man, forget it. Your home's the Bel Air. Boom, boom, boom. I pulled. Again, y'all, this is just deuce and quarter. My grandfather, when he passed away, he gave me this car. And I had needed a lot of work. I fixed it. I had an accident, so I had to fix it up. I changed the color and other stuff with it. But this is my baby right here, man. This is my baby. I mean, everybody wanting to buy it, but again, because I don't drive it as much, so it usually just sits in my yard. I don't really I don't get the opportunity to enjoy it as much as I would normally, but I'm enjoying life. So let's go with me, y'all. Come on. I gotta get the food and I gotta get the piece because I need a piece to hold this up so I don't have to hold it in my hand. Now for right now, we're gonna do this right here. Again, this is also giving me a chance. This is giving me a chance to see how it looks. Because again, this is the first time. Hold up a second. One second. One second. One second. One second. Go too far. Nah. This is giving me a chance to see and test out my camera before I get to Dallas. This is giving me a chance to see and test out my camera before I get to Dallas. So while everything's not gonna be perfect, we're gonna make the most out of it, y'all. My son comes back later today, so I gotta get these errands done now, before he gets here. I'll be getting to and from y'all comments too. You know when I'm driving, I gotta drive clutch, so But man, oh man, so we got one more trip locked in this year. Matter of fact, we got 2 trips locked in. I haven't told y'all about the second trip yet. I kind of want to make that a surprise. When it gets closer to time, I'll let you guys know. Maybe a month, maybe in September, I'll let you guys know. Either September or early October, I'll let y'all know about the last trip that's like in play. I haven't got my tickets yet, but I've set some other things up in play. But if you're just tuning in, we are going to run errands. As a real estate property owner, one thing you have to understand is that while most 9-to-5 jobs, they don't work on Saturdays and Sundays, or most 9-to-5 jobs, they have a set schedule. Being a real estate investor is a 24-hour gig. Now, because I don't fix basements, I don't do plumbing, I don't do electric. Most of the time, if there's something major that goes wrong, I'm not dealing with it. I'm just calling somebody and paying for it. Because it always becomes a tax write-off or expense. It becomes an expense when you do it that way. But to check on some laundry, some yard work I had done, those stuff like that. I'm always around for. It's this nice little 20-30 minutes from my house in a good area. It's the first house I ever bought and the first house I ever lived in that I owned. As you guys know, I so far have owned 3 properties. I sold my property in Miami Beach last year. Matter of fact, it's almost been a year since I became quote unquote, now I got debt, but since I was debt free and I sold my place in Miami Beach. But it's almost been a year. It'll be a year in August at the same time when we go to Cali, Colombia, y'all. And I feel good because again, when I was carrying the place in Miami, I was carrying a lot of debt. And I didn't own my car. I was not owned it. It was financed, but I didn't own it. Now I do. So it feels better looking a year back to see what I did with the money from my property sale in Miami Beach, and just going from owning down there to like not having that. Man, what if my tenant leave in Miami on my shoulder like that? That's I don't know, for people who are not property owners, you might not know the feeling, but I don't feel that way with the properties I have here. And the reason why I don't feel like the properties in New Jersey I feel that way is because one of them I live in, or 2 of them I live in, but and the other one my people's live in. So I don't really feel as worried about it that way. Huh? So we're gonna get out now. We're gonna go get this food from the halal spot, and I'm gonna go get this piece. Hopefully, get this piece for my phone. Give me a second so I can show you guys where we at in Brick City. See, the one thing is that you want to get this piece so you don't have to worry about holding it like this, because when you hold it sideways, it's a little bit more like difficult to bop bop boop if you got a bop bop boop. So let me see if you got one real quick. Let me see if you got a piece for it real quick. I hope the service is good. Again, this is all me testing it for Dallas. It's gonna be better in Dallas because in Dallas I'm gonna use my Wi-Fi router. Hey, how you doing? Do you have the clip for the phone, like for the tripod?
Brother, for car or
for tripod? Like the screwing piece at the bottom, like the clip that goes around. It holds the phone.
I have a ring.
No, like the piece that it holds the phone in piece, and you can screw it into the bottom.
No.
Let me see what they got, y'all, because I got to get one before Dallas, y'all. But we're We're gonna see if we could do something for today, y'all. We're gonna see if we can do something today. I gotta do I gotta do the whole one for Dallas, but we're gonna see if we can have something for today. Just to go do errands with y'all. This is what it takes to be a creator, y'all. You see the magnums over there? They sell them singly because the pack be super expensive. Let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got.
Tripod.
Let's see. With the clip for the phone. Let me see. Okay, let me see. $15 just for today, y'all. $15 just for today. Nah, I'm good with that piece because I'm gonna need that piece again. Let me see. Oh, how you doing? 360 rotation, can take pictures horizontally. Selfie stick with tripod for smartphones. I don't know if this is it, y'all. Let me see, y'all. I can't open it right because I want to make sure it's it before I get it.
Brother, you see the picture?
Yeah, let me see.
All things same.
Let me look at this one too. Fine, so here we go. Nah, that looks too goofy. That's okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I need a small one because like the ones that be moving around and stuff be looking goofy to me. And if I feel like I look goofy, then it's gonna be very difficult to really be able to communicate with people if I feel like I look goofy. Like right now, I'm holding the phone in a way where it don't feel as goofy, but it kind of be goofy because it's not horizontal. I mean vertically. Vertically is a lot easier to hold the phone and talk to you. Let me see, y'all. Where can I go low key for the low out of the country? Oh, thanks, bro. I think, what's up, man? 2 bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. Let me get something to drink. What I call it? Turkey, bacon, egg, and cheese. I'm for turkey, bacon, hash browns, and pancakes. Home fries, my fault. Yes, home fries. Sorry about that. Thank you. See, home fries and hash browns are different, y'all. I mean, home fries and hash browns are different. Appreciate it. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it here. I gotta realize the difference between home fries and hash browns here, y'all. 16.50, my man. Thank you, brother. And the biggest difference between home fries and hash browns is home fries are like potatoes, it's not mashed. And can I get an extra syrup? Thank you. Thank you. And hash brown. You got this too? Alright. Thank you. Let me see, y'all. We're gonna go to the other place. I'll show you the place, and maybe we'll go down to the other place to eat. Yeah. Now we in North, y'all. This place called Jordan's. It has the best breakfast in the area, and it's halal, so the food is like healthy and good. Okay. Thanks, man. Have a good one, man. You too, man.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
All right.
Alright, y'all, come on, let's go. Let's go to the house and check up on it to work, y'all. Again, so the work I had to get done cost me about $1,650. So, you know, when you pay that much for work, you want to make sure it get done right. Well, you always want to make sure your work get done right, but especially when you hit over 1,000, because now you got to write on for your taxes. You got to make sure everything is legit, and you got to take pictures and stuff sometimes, because if the tax people do ask, about this expense, because you know they might look at $1,000 expense and like, yo, we not expensing that, actually show us some pictures or something and give us some receipts. So that's why I do that. Also, when we go to we go to Dallas, I'm sure my homie's gonna want to pop bottles, but I really have to stay in budget. I'm not going over a G. I'm not going over 1,000 when I go to Dallas, and I don't really want to go over 600 because I've already spent what 6, 7 plus the flight 5. I've already spent like 15. Just not for like 13 probably going to Dallas with the flight, the Airbnb, and a rental car. And everybody be like, oh, but why'd you have to get a rental car in Dallas? And I say, listen, if I'm going anywhere, wherever I'm going, wherever I do something, I gotta have some kind of comfortability. And if I gotta depend on somebody else for a ride, even when it comes to except outside the country, and I don't feel comfortable like that. You know what I mean? I don't feel comfortable depending on other people to have a car. So I gotta rent a car when I went to Dallas, when I go to Houston, when I go to Atlanta, when I go to Florida, when I go to all these places around the states. I need to rent a car. I need to have something that I could drive around and get it. And the car can't be on some average stuff. I can't have a Toyota Corolla. I can't drive. I don't want to drive a. There's nothing, no offense to anybody. I don't want to drive a Toyota Corolla. I don't want to drive a Hyundai. So or a Honda. You'll usually see me in like a and something like at least a drop top Mustang, if not like a Jeep, or you'll see me in a convertible, a C8, and the C8 usually runs me about $300 a day. Usually a C8 runs, most of them run about $300 a day. So let me turn the AC on so you guys can hear me better, y'all. Let me turn the AC on. I want to get the view better. Don't get me wrong, but again, we're not vertically streaming, y'all. So I don't have the equipment to I don't have the equipment to not stream vertically. Let me see if I can do like this. This is better. This might be a little bit better, y'all, for y'all. What up? This might be a little bit better for y'all right here. Hopefully it don't fall. But all right. So we got the food. We'll eat the food at the other spot. Again, I got an office at my other spot that I'm fixing up right now. It's almost fixed up. I just gotta wait for the mattress to come in because the office gotta have some kind of bed I can sleep on just in case I'm late night. I'm over there and I need to get a nap or something during the day or something like that. So we're going to my other place right now, my other rental property in Jersey. Let me shout you guys out. Okay, so this is here we go. Quality is clear as hell in this camera. I appreciate that, yo. I appreciate that, J Bug. Again, the front. A lot of people don't understand when you stream, right? The back of the camera. The back facing camera is always going to be the best quality, but the front facing camera gives you the optionality to be able to see yourself and for other people watching to be able to see themselves. And when somebody can see themselves on your stream while they're talking, they're more likely to like fix their hair. They're more likely to want to be in the camera. They're more likely to want to take their phone. When I say they are, I'm talking about women. When women see you live streaming, right? When women see you live streaming, and they can see themselves on the phone, on the camera, they are more likely to be interactive. You know, this is the stuff that I showed you guys in the live stream masterclass when I was in Cali, Colombia last year, and stuff that I'll keep showing you guys and telling you guys over time. So again, while camera quality is the best, I mean is important, personality and stuff is way more important. Where can I go low key for the low on the country? Again, you gotta explain it more. You gotta tell low key like what? You don't want to be around a lot of people. Low key meaning you want to save a lot of money. Low key meaning most people don't know about the place. You gotta give me more details. Top of the AM Midwest. What up? 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 Fake Mika. What it do? What it do? He says, take your hat off. I want to see your haircut. Not right now while I'm driving, man. Come on, man. I can't do it while I'm driving. I mean, I'm not gonna do it while I'm driving right after. Let me see. J Mar, what up? He said, salute, salute. When is the Cali Columbia trip? Sorry I'm late. The Cali Columbia trip, I'm going to be there from August 14th to August 24th. Now normally I've already mastered the editing and all that stuff. I've shown you guys the best you can see in Cali. I believe the best anyone could ever bring to you in Cali. I've already did the masterclass live stream. Go there. I live streaming and I will be filming shorts. I won't be filming edited videos going a bunch of different places because we have that already. And you don't really have to do something more than once if you do it right the first time. Even if you don't do it right the first time, you don't really have to do something more than once. But when I go to Cali, Colombia this year, there's going to be a lot of creators there. But I'm going to be live streaming and doing shorts. So I'll be live streaming. I may do another long live again, another 11-hour live, because now that I'm good with the camera, with my cell phone, I can do it with my cell phone. I feel like that's less camera stuff I gotta take All I gotta take is my cell phone, my little knapsack with this name. I don't gotta take the Osmo Pocket, cause yeah. So that's the 14th of August to the 24th of August. But even before then, we are going to be in Dallas this week. We're gonna be in Dallas this week. We're gonna be in Dallas, Texas, y'all. United States, for those that don't know. And because I am doing a lot of lives, I haven't done a live from Dallas. I haven't done a drone shot. I will have to take my drone. I will be shooting live. I've done content in Houston, but I haven't done content in Dallas. So I do need to get some drone footage in Dallas. So I got to take my drone, and I'm trying to perfect my longer live streams, because it was really fun. Like, it was fun. I got sleep. Like, when I was in Cali, Colombia, I wasn't getting no sleep. I was working. I was doing lives. We was moving around. I was filming content. I was doing lives. I was doing interviews. I was doing all this stuff. This time, I only got to focus on lives. I can have more time to relax, which means that I could do an 11.5-hour live stream like I did in San Andreas last week. So, and not have to, and I can still get sleep and wake up in the morning, whatever time I wake up. Let me see. Cal said he needs to go to CTG soon. Never been to Colombia. Yeah, I always tell people, one of the first places you should go when you go to Colombia is CTG. Before you go to Medellin, maybe Barranquilla Carnival. That's the only other place I say you could go first other than CTG. And the reason why is because even when you travel, if you go to a country for the first time, you want to go to the tourist part. And while you're in the tourist part, maybe take a day and venture out a little bit more. Maybe take a day and spend it with a local instead of just going to the clubs and parties and stuff. And then if you like that, go next time and spend more time outside of it. That's how I started traveling, y'all, internationally at least. The first place I went was the most touristic place that anybody can go. I went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, right? When I first started traveling, when I was 23 or 24 years old, internationally. Now, I've been traveling since I was 18, but I was traveling around the United States, Florida, California, Atlanta. I was traveling around the United States. But my first international place, Dominican Republic, I stayed in the resort, all inclusive, but I also left the resort and got to meet with some locals 2 nights. No, one night. 2 nights I was with locals, but one time it was on the resort, one time it was off the resort. And then that's what got me to going to other countries and making it possible for me to feel comfortable. Because what you're seeing right now is this, y'all, and this is my opinion. You're seeing a lot of content creators who aren't comfortable around people going to countries because they saw other people go to the countries and expecting the exact same vibe, but it doesn't ever come off that way because they're not comfortable with themselves. And it's not a shot at anybody. This is not a disrespect to anybody. This is just telling you guys the realistic point of view that someone who has been traveling on YouTube for almost 17 years, someone who's been traveling since they was 18 years old and is now 42, has experience and can see other people going through. And a lot of times, I feel like when you skip a step, it can knock you down, because a lot of people are skipping the step of, hey, go somewhere to a touristic place first. Get comfortable with speaking with people. Get comfortable with, and I'm not even saying you got to learn a language. Get comfortable with knowing a little bit of the language. Get comfortable with yourself, because when you're not comfortable with yourself, when you film content with other people, it comes off to the crowd as very uncomfortable. Now, I know you're going to have your own little base of people. What up? You'll have your own little base of people who are going to support you, and your own base who are going to say, no, this is normal, this is cool, they did it right, they did good, it looks good. But the majority of people can look and see that this is something cringe about it. It's something not smooth. And again, it's a learning process, you know what I mean? And I think there's going to be some trial and error failure. That's why I never knock anybody. I never knock anybody, because it's trial and error, and eventually you'll get it. But so that's why I tell people, Barranquilla Carnival or Cartagena, when you go to Colombia first, once you feel a little bit more more of a desire to venture out, then you can venture out. Yeah. Let me see. Shout out to Xavier Moore in the building. First place I went was Costa Rica. Best trip of my life. Costa Rica is one of those places you can do the same thing. It's the same as Dominican Republic. In the Dominican Republic, because I stayed in an all-inclusive resort, I didn't have to worry about food. I didn't have to worry about drinking. I didn't have to worry about safety. Everything was. And then when I ventured out, I knew, hey, I'm venturing out of the resort. I probably am still in the resort area because I'm going to like a club that the resort suggested outside of the resort. So I'm pretty sure it's still safe here. And they have a shuttle that takes us there, so it's still safe here. So I can probably be a little bit more loose, but we are off the resort, so there are going to be some things I need to worry about. And you know, that's how it is. The issue is, you know, people when they say, oh my God, everybody's getting drugged in Colombia, everybody's going to Medellin and getting drugged, and what they're not saying to you, look at this is hilarious. Yo, Mexican, come on, man, I want to show you, but these ladies are super short. Hold on, y'all. What they're not saying to you is this, yo. A lot of people, instead of going to that all-inclusive place where they have safe for the first time, their first trip is Medellin. Their first trip is Brazil in the favela. Their first, or in Maracaibo, their first trip be to places where they see, I guess, other travel content creators or content creators go, and they just infatuated with it, and they're not prepared, and then they want to blame, and then people blame the country. Again, man, if you're just tuning in, we running errands, so we're gonna be live. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today because we simply gonna be live, moving around, running errands right now. We got our food from the halal spot, Jordan's restaurant in Newark, New Jersey, South Orange Avenue. Some people would say it's the hood. Some people say it's becoming gentrified, but it's my city, y'all. It's my city. You know what I mean? It's the city where I'm from. We also got some Gatorade, which we don't normally, but I usually don't drink unless I'm eating, but I mean, like before I'm eating, but we're talking, so we need that energy. Again, y'all, this is a test. This is also a test run. Like I said, if you're just watching this, this is a test run to see how clear this new Samsung Ultra S26 is when it comes to live streaming, and how it runs. Now, a lot of times people don't understand that the most important thing about live streaming is the connection. That's why I have the router, the Wi-Fi router. But right now we're not using the router, so it may be messing up as we drive. You know, when you stand still somewhere, and this is for the live streamers out there that's just starting, or people who want to do live streaming. When you stand still somewhere, your live stream is going to be very clear for the most part. As you walk around, it could get a little messed up because you're moving around. But when you drive, that is the ultimate test of your live stream capabilities. And the reason why is because it's testing the connection at a faster speed, moving outside of where the connection base was at or set up at. So if you look at my video, my 11-hour live stream that we just did in San Andreas last week, right? San Andreas, Colombia last week. When you look at the live stream, you'll see that we drove around the whole island. And at certain parts, it was clear. What's going on, Kev? What up? But there were also parts when I watched back that wasn't clear, and you could see it was choppy. If I would have stopped and stayed still in those places, it would have got clear again. However, again, y'all, it's a matter of understanding that the most important thing isn't the camera, because you can get a decent camera for cheap. The most important thing when it comes to live streaming is the connection. Your connection will determine whether or not your live stream is clear. Because honestly, the highest you can go up with live stream is 1080p. You can't 4K live stream for that I know of, at least. On YouTube, you cannot. On other platforms, you cannot. And another thing people do is, a lot of people don't directly connect to YouTube, and I understand why, because they want the background, they want all that stuff. But to me, the best connection is direct connection to YouTube or whatever streaming Instagram, whatever streaming platform you are, rather than a third party. Because the third party, if the connection is bad, is going to clip before a direct connection is going to clip. I just want to show you the neighborhood, the type of neighborhood I brought my first property in real quick. Again, I always say, even though I'm from the urban area, I'm from North New Jersey. When you buy your first, I wanted my first property to be out the hood. I wanted to be in a nice area. Shout out to Black Boy Max. He lived right down the, well, his house is like right down the street. Well, his house that he used to live in, I guess. I don't know. It's like right down the street. So oh yeah, and Oprah. Shout out to Oprah Winfrey. Not Oprah Winfrey. Oh my God, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg lives around the corner. So Whoopi Goldberg, they're in the gated community though. She's in the gated community. Whoopi Goldberg lives around the corner. There's a couple other NBA stars and celebrities that live in Llewellyn Park also. But again, West Orange is probably it's probably like one of the, if not the best upper middle class towns in Essex County. You have Short Hills. Short Hills is like the top of the top. You got Roseland. You got Livingston. But West Orange is like the first echelon of upper middle class on the borderline of Montclair. Montclair is up there with Short Hills for the most part. All right, y'all, come on, y'all. We gonna check out the lawn. Oh man, let me get rid of these trees. Now, I had to get these trees. They're gonna be taken down. I don't even know when these trees were made, because I don't think these trees was here when I first bought the place. But again, I've been renting this place out for like, I left. Wait, when did I move out this place? I moved out this place after 1 year. I moved out my place like hold on a second. I moved out my place at, I moved out my place, my first house right here, in 2019. 2019, I moved out of here, right? And because I moved out of here in 2019, I'm only here when something goes wrong or something like that. So I got to cut these trees down, because since 2019, when I first bought the place, these trees wasn't here at all. None of these trees were here. I think these trees grew in the last 7 years. They grew to that height, or tall bushes. I actually had a new panel put on here. This cost me. This is last year. This is last year. Yeah, no, this is this year. No, this was, two of them was last year. It cost me $4,000 to put a whole new electric panel on it, and one of them was this year. It cost me another $3,000. No, it cost me another $3,500 to put this panel on here. But you know, I got to get this right here done. I didn't get all that move. I didn't know this bush, them trees was on my side. I thought it was on the other person's side. So those trees are coming down. That's part of the $1,650 I had to pay. They just clipped the yard, so I just, because see, when you live, one of the issues that when you own property in a good city, is that they want you to keep everything neat. You can see it's freshly cut, and this is the stuff that you're gonna see downstairs. When you own property in a city, they need stuff to be completely neat. I actually need them to get rid of this right here, these shrubs right here. And the issue with that is that it costs money to keep this maintained. It costs a lot of money to keep this maintained, y'all. I need them to get rid of this. Man, I need them to clip that, because I need that clipped. I tell them. I actually had to get that tree cut back there so that it wouldn't, because like when storms happen, the trees here fall down. So I had to go get that tree cut. We got a little deck up here. Again, I got to straighten up here. I'll have them straighten up here, make it a little bit more neater. But you can see they cut all this stuff yesterday. It's freshly cut. But it's good, because I was gonna put a garage back here, but then when I bought my second house, I was like, it don't even make no sense to you can still park back here. That's good enough. Maybe put a tent in the future or something. But all these trees got to get cut down, man. Like I said, these are all freshly trees. These trees are no older than 7 years old, man. Because none of this stuff was here when I got here. It definitely wasn't here. No older than 7 years old. And it's on the thing that definitely wasn't there. All right, so let's go check the work, and we can sit down, eat, and talk a little bit, y'all. Again, this is just this stuff like you do as a property owner, y'all. Let me go and check this stuff downstairs. Hold up, let me get the keys out real quick. Man, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. This is the one thing with recording horizontally. He said put a pool back here. Y'all, but I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Give me a second, y'all. Um, I just gotta open the door. See my daughter's home. No. Ah, shucks. Where's his keys at? I know I brought the keys, man. Yeah, here we go. I want to see what they did in the basement. Um, Again, y'all, this basement took me about 35, maybe almost $40,000 to get it to where it's at. Where you gonna see it, and for maybe 42 now that I put the furniture in it. The mattress was supposed to come today, but it's not gonna come today. It's gonna come this week before I leave for Dallas. All right, let's go. Let's go downstairs, y'all. Let's go check it downstairs, y'all. All right. Again, I put a lot of money into this stuff because I want stuff to look good. So I just bought a washer and dryer brand new here. Samsung washer and dryer. Samsung washer and dryer. This was about 1,500, and I had to get it installed better, so that all of the whole process was like 1,500. As you can see, the outlet here is new too. I had to run new electric to make sure it ran good, and I had to do all that. So that all was 1,500 right there. And now we're gonna go to the place, y'all. Come on. Let me welcome you to my office, y'all. Oh shucks, let me welcome you to my office. Hold on, I wanted to put the light on, but at my other house, my other property. Now you know every office has to have a bathroom, so they got the bathroom in here. Turn the light on. Meaning, but it's a stand-up shower, of course. Stand-up shower, toilet, all you need. And then I think the bathroom here. And then I spent another, oh shucks, I spent 40,000 between 42,000 between the warranties and getting a new fuzzy shucks, getting a new boiler, so this will last me 20 years. Right now I got a 10-year warranty. That's the well McLean. I got the other one in my other house, and this one was like 18.5. The other one was 22 something, 22 something. The hot water heater is new also. You can't see? Dang, it's fuzzy. Hold on, y'all. That's crazy. Let me. Give me a second, y'all. It's probably because I'm in the basement, y'all. Let me see. Let me see if I can make the service a little bit better, y'all. Hold up. Oh, wow, take it off. Wow. All right, hold up. Can y'all see me a little bit better now? Is it a little bit better now? I don't know why, but I still had the Wi-Fi on. Let me know if it's a little better now. Let me know if it's a little bit better. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not fuzzy. Hopefully it's not still fuzzy, but let's go see if we can sit down and it won't be. Again, y'all. We're in the basement. And again, now I'm gonna try to walk slow. This is the well McLean. Again, that cost 18.5. The other one at my other house was 22 something. So all together with taxes and stuff was like 40. It was like 41 and some change. But of course, I got it under a low interest paying thing. But for those who know houses, they know how expensive it is to buy a brand new boiler and get it ran and everything like that. So all that stuff was there. This is my office, and so let's do a slow walk again. So as you can see, the brand new floors. That should open right back up. The brand new marble floors. And then I got a table which we're going to eat on. I'm going to eventually put like a oven here, like electric oven, because it's got to be electric in the basement. And I'll put what's this called? I'm probably going to put. I got to figure out where I'm going to put the If I put the oven here, I got to figure out where I'm going to put the refrigerator. We'll figure that out. But this is what we got, y'all. Now this is already put together, but everything else except for the black cabinet you're gonna see over there was put together yesterday. We got the bed coming from Wayfair. We got the bed coming right there. We got a little couch right here. All the stuff is brand new. I mean, y'all see the you see the diamonds? You see the diamonds? And then that right there is old, so I cleaned it off. I just felt like I didn't need to buy another dresser. This was already working and new. And then we're gonna put like a 75-inch TV here. I really was gonna go for 80-inch right here. I was gonna go for 80-inch TV right here, but we might just go for 75 because again, I'm not gonna be here that much. Only when I'm in the office. We're gonna get another MacBook, a Mac computer. And what I'll do is when I get the new Mac computer, I'm gonna put my old Mac computer here, and my new Mac computer I'll put at the house, and we'll use that for the editing and stuff. Because it made more sense to do that than buy an old Mac computer and just put the old Mac computer here. So I'll just put my old Mac computer here, so when I'm editing and stuff, I can edit here on this desk. This is desk, I believe, that goes up and down. Hold up. Oh shit. I don't know why that. I don't know why that side went up and the other side didn't go up. I ain't never used this before. I figured if they set this shit up right, because the other side did not go up. Yeah, figure that out, y'all. Again, I ain't never used that before. And again, we got the panels and all this stuff. And this is just looking around the crib, y'all. Again, this could be, I could have rented this out to somebody and I could have got another. This is what I tell people. When you own property, this is why property is the most important investment you could ever make. A multifamily property is the most important investment you could ever make. Because if I wanted to rent this out to somebody, I can get another 1,500 for this property. I can get another 1,500 on this property per month. Another 1,500 a month of passive income is money that I could just take to travel or do whatever I want to do. But because I didn't want to rent this out, I want this to be here for an office to do my business and to make sure I can you know, all the other stuff I got planned. I can't tell you guys. Well, maybe I can tell you. Maybe I'll make this into like a studio interview place. I don't know. Well, again, that stuff that's could be in the future, but I wanted to do it now. I wanted to do it now, to make sure that everything was everything. You know what I mean? So again, this is the place that you guys. This is the place again. It'll look better, I guess, when I put the TVs on here, when the mattress come, and it's king size, of course, king size stuff, and all that stuff. But let's get back and chop it up, y'all. Let's get back and chop it up. I gotta figure out something to put this on. Hold on, because I wanna make sure I can hold this up. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let me put this here for now, so you guys can see the room while I go figure this out. Oh, I forgot this has a what's name? My goodness, I forgot this case that it got. This expensive case I got has an actual stand. I forgot this expensive case I bought that has a stand. Oh, but it's like a movie stand. Hold up, I can't put it on. I can't adjust the stand though. I can't really adjust the stand, but I can put it that way, I guess. Maybe I eat on the desk. You know? I don't know. I want to eat on the desk. I think you want to eat on the table. We'll figure it out, y'all. We'll have a conversation. Again, y'all. I wish I could keep it up like this. I didn't. This stand should have been a little bit better. Like this little thing ain't gonna really work for that. If I had it like this, I could work it like this, but it's not. It's not standing up that way. Hold on, I gotta figure something out, because I want a better looking thing real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. This is gonna be dope. I gotta get it clean too. I probably just sweep it myself. I probably just sweep it myself, to be honest with y'all. Save some money, because all the money I spent so far, bruv. All right, let me see if I can get something like this. All right, here we go. I'll use this right here. It's empty anyway. Is this one full? The full one might work better. Smaller. This one's got something in it. All right, so this might work better. All right, y'all. And then we can chat it up, y'all. We can chat it up. This is just one stop on the errand trip, y'all. Again, the quality. I'm checking for the quality. I'm checking for the vibes. All right, here we go. There we go. That works a lot better. Okay, y'all. Oh, let me lower it now. I can get to y'all comments and stuff. You say yes, it's better. Okay, good. Appreciate it, y'all. Hopefully, it's better now. Jersey has high property tax. Let me get before I get to that. Let me get back to everybody's names. What up, Kev? Kev, what up? What up? He says put a pool back there. Shit. Hell no, bro. Listen, I'm going to combine. I'm going to put a. He gave me 3 syrups. It's good money. That's supposed to be but anyway. I'm going to combine. That comment that Kev says, get a pool back there, with the next comment that T Rock says, Jersey got high property taxes. Bruh, anybody that got a pool in Jersey, that's their forever home. When I say that's their forever home, they don't plan on going nowhere. They don't plan on doing nothing else, or they own a lot of rental properties outside of that, and that's the home they want to live in for the rest of their life. And here's the reason why. As T Rob said, property taxes in Jersey. Let me close the door. Property taxes in Jersey are high as shit. High as shit. Jersey, if you Google it, is probably the number 2 or first highest in property tax in the United States, in the whole country. And if the United States has the highest property tax in the world, New Jersey, might be the top 5 cities in the world that has the highest property tax. Last year, I paid for this property, which is relatively way smaller than my other property. Way smaller than my other property, and not as big as most of the houses on this block. I bought this house for $250,000 in 2017. I bought this house for $250,000 in 2017. It is currently worth $650,000 to this day. Because of that increase in value in New Jersey, and Target is moving right up the street. Literally, a Target has just been built up the street. You know that causes problems. Because of that, last year my taxes was $11,000, and it hadn't changed much. It was $11,700, because right underneath $12,000 last year, 2025. My taxes was $11,727, right, for the whole year. Sound cool, right? It might not sound cool to some people, because Florida taxes are cheaper in comparison, and Texas taxes are cheaper in comparison. But for me, $11,000, let's say $12,000, was a great, especially since they reintroduced, you get taxed, the salt deduction. $11,000 was great for me. Cool. This year, 2026, the taxes went up to $22,000 and some change. Literally doubled my taxes in this West Orange. My taxes literally doubled. More than doubled. More. I noticed it because the taxes went up 101%. And I don't have a pool. My taxes pretty much right now in this place are $23,000 for this house. $23,000. $23,000 for a 2-family house in West Orange. Again, had I not bought the property at the right time, I would have had to sell this Had I not paid $250,000 for my property and brought it at the right time, I don't think I would have ever been able to afford that. Because to afford this property now, it being $650,000 and the taxes being $23,000, you'd have to make, give or take, $160,000 a year. After taxes, maybe 120. You have to make like 120 a year to get the same house now, and you can't have no major debt, and you can't have no major bills, and no student loans, and you have to have a job that you've been at for years. I would not be able to afford this house right now. There's no way I would be able to afford this house if I didn't buy it for 250,000. And that's the problem with people saying it's better to just rent. Because I don't think houses ever gonna go back to that price that it was before. So all the people in 2017 that was saying it'd be better if you just rent, and now they can't afford a house, and now rent is going up, and they can't afford to live. They going back to that time when they could have afforded a $250,000 house, and they said, "Nah, I think the market is going down. I don't want to buy it." Or they said, "Nah, I'd rather just keep paying this $1,500 rent I'm paying than have to pay $1,800 and take care of a place." And I think the same thing is happening now. I think as high as everything is, people are still like, you know what? With me and my wife or me and my girlfriend, we could afford a house that's $600,000 right now, but that's too high because they're comparing it to what it was when I bought it at 250, not thinking, yo, it's never going to go back to 250. It's never going to go back to 250. It's never going to go back to 300. This house will never go back down to 350. It may go down to 5. Doubt it. If all hell breaks loose, that's the only way it's going to get down to 5. But even then your credit is not going to be good enough to get it because that means all hell had to break loose. And they're not expecting that in 5 years, this house is going to be worth $1 million, over $1 million. And now, maybe you make $150,000 in 5 years. 5 years from now, you make $150,000. But you can't afford $1 million house. And now you're thinking, damn, what about that time I just wanted to rent? And the house was $600,000 and I kept saying it was too expensive. I said, it don't make no sense. The house has got to crash. It's $600,000. It's too expensive. People don't know because they don't travel. If you traveled and you understood what happened in London and what happened in Switzerland, what happened in Canada with the house prices, then you know there's only one way to go for house prices. You know there's only one way. So if in the future you optimally want to get a house, but you're saving maybe $500-$600 by not on paying rent, you're only screwing yourself in the future. You're only screwing yourself in the future. And a lot of people, because we live in a society, and that might be the society. It might always be this way, but I can only tell you. I'm gonna get your comments. I can only tell you guys about the society I grew up with as a 42-year-old man. We live in a place where people are so focused on the now and not preparing for the future that the only option they have when it comes up, when the house that they said they wouldn't pay $250,000 for is now $640,000, $650,000, and then the house that they said they wouldn't pay $650,000 for is now $1.2 million, and then the house that they said that they wouldn't pay $1.2 million for is now $2.5 million, and loans are not getting out like crazy. We live in a society that people can't see so far past the present. There's only one way for life to continue, and end up being a universal basic income, where the government is subsidizing the way you live more than it is now. And the issue with that people don't see, because everybody's like, oh my God, that would be great. Let's get the government to just give us money for rent. Let's get the government to just give us money for stuff. The problem with that is the exact reason why college is now so expensive and why so many people are in debt. Because if the government says we are now going to guarantee colleges that we're going to pay whatever bill the people give you, even if they drop out, even if they can't afford it, colleges are going to raise their prices. So when you tell people, yo, landlords, owners, we're going to guarantee pay your rent for with universal basic income, no matter how poor somebody is, so they can live in your place. Do you know what's going to happen next? Houses are going to become unaffordable, completely unaffordable. I don't mean like now where you got to struggle to get one. I mean 1.2 million when the average salary is $200,000. I mean when the average salary is $50,000. But again, man, I don't want to. I don't want everybody. I'm not doing this. I'm saying this for everybody to call me a prophet or anything like that. It's just common sense. It's common sense. Cause and effect. But people will be so excited about basic income when it comes, and when it will come. All right, maybe I'm wrong, but basic income that income that they will come, or they'll call it something else. They won't call it basic income. They'll call it living minimum, or something like that. Something that has to do with the basic standard of living, the necessity of living. And when it comes, if you ain't got a house, if you ain't got, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to buy no house." Let's go the other route. When it comes, if you ain't got no house, good luck. Good luck. And let's say people go the other route. What do I mean by the other route? Let me get you a comment in a second. He said, you know what? I don't want to own no house. Cool. I'm just going to live overseas. Okay. I don't never want to own no house. I'm going to live overseas where my United States dollar can go far. Awesome. Here's the problem with that. Let's first start with a scenario. You're a man. You're 40 years old. You don't got a house yet. You're 35 years old, not 40. You're 35 years old. You don't got a house yet. You don't got no kids. You don't got a wife. You don't got a girlfriend. You're working a job, 9 to 5. We had a house. I'm gonna live overseas. Cool. You go to live overseas. Now you can't work in the States. Unless you're remote, which is very rare. Unless you're remote, you can't work in the States. Because here's another thing too. All the people who are working remote, guess what they can do once they realize they can pay somebody overseas and still have the same tax benefits as paying somebody that's working a job. They're going to hire people that are cheaper. They're going to hire, no offense to anybody, they're going to hire the Indian people you call when you call the phone line to talk to somebody. They're going to call the Asian people who they call on the phone. They're going to hire them. Because why do I need to hire you if you're going to live overseas? And I'm not going to get the tax benefit of you living in the States working here. I might as well hire somebody that's way less expensive and just pay that. Or let's say the other thing. Now you're 45 years old. Now you're 50 years old. Are you going to just work remote for the rest of your life? Okay, maybe. So you don't plan on retiring. Because by working remote, the limited remote jobs there are, I'm going to get to your comments in a second. The limited remote jobs they are, most of them don't pay pensions because pensions are gone. So now you gotta make sure that when you have a remote job, you're donating to Social Security. Because if you have a remote job and you're not paying Social Security because you have to pay your own taxes, guess what happens when you become age 65, 62? Well, you can't take Social Security because you ain't got 10 years of working because you've been working remote since 35. So you see, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not trying to downgrade anybody. I'm just speaking from a realistic perspective and telling you guys why owning a house, a multi-investment property, is still, while it is harder now, it is the best, in my opinion, and the only way that an average person can actually live a lifestyle that you really want to live for a consistent amount of time. I mean, every time I tell people I've been on YouTube for 17 years, they be like, "Oh, you old. That don't mean nothing. You not Kaiser Nat. You don't got all that money like Kaiser Nat. You don't got all that money like all these other creators that people look now." But what they don't realize is that that's a rarity. Those people are rarities. The basis, the majority, the higher majority, ends up failing and having to try something different and having to start all over. Me, I've been here. I've been doing this. I've learned all this stuff over time. And you start to see people changing. Like, yo, the content is boring. All you do is do this and do this. Your content is boring. And they're crashing out and they're starting drama and they're arguing with everybody. Yo, your content is boring. Your content is boring. And then they start realizing, oh snap, I'm getting kicked off every platform. I'm getting demonetized. I gotta change up. And now they're working towards where I'm at. We can't just show the girls and have the girls talking about how they're selling box. We can't hide the camera and have them talking about selling the box because it makes the girl looks bad. But boy's been doing this for a long time, telling you, hey, I don't move like that. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's a reason why I don't move like that. And what you guys say, what they say, oh, that's boring. Oh, that's boring. We've been doing this. Why have we been doing this? Oh, we need to do the GFE experiences. It's so crazy, son. Because I see it in real time, and that's why, like, pause. I see it in real time with so many different creators, and it's funny to me. I don't go back and say I told you so. None of that. I just laugh because I see it in real time where people were like, "Oh my God, your content is boring, it's not relevant." And then I start to see how they start pulling back, how they're not posting as much, how they start saying, "Oh, yo, I need to do it like this. I need a GFB experience. I need to go this place and this place." Stuff that I've been doing the whole time. But again, to me, it's not about me. It's about teaching the people who come after me that, yo, there's a different way. You ain't gotta take it. You ain't gotta take it if you want. And I'm not gonna knock you or take you forever to catch on because, hey, I'm 42 years old. I didn't catch on this in my 20s. It took me to, well, in my early 20s. It took me to about 30 years old, 29 years old to really catch on to understanding this type of stuff. So I'm not gonna knock somebody else who just found out about it 5 years ago and now they starting to move that way. I'm just saying, unfortunately, the content you've created before you realize this is going to make it very much more difficult to achieve what you're trying to achieve. Because people might forget what you did, but they never forgot how you made them feel. And YouTube is the same way. But back to real estate, y'all. Again, 600 house right here, 640,000. People keep saying, yo, it's not worth it. We might as well rent. Let's just move overseas. That's a short-term strategy. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you're gonna have short-term strategies like that, you gotta be willing to deal with the what comes with it. You gotta be willing to. I'm gonna get your comments now, but you gotta be willing to deal with what comes with it. And a lot of people ain't. A lot of people ain't. All right, let me get your comments. I just had to get some food in my system first. Global Paper, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Global Paper said, hold up. Let me import it. Oh, shoot. Global Paper says, I love how you're making moves. Do yourself a favor. I know you want to move overseas. However, before you make any moves, go to the doctor and get your colonoscopy. Trust me, I know I have to. See, I have to. I have to because I don't eat well. But there's nobody in my family that I know that has had cancer. Rest in peace to my aunt. My aunt just passed away. My aunt was 59 years old. She was just about to turn 60 this year. Rest in peace, Aunt Keisha. She died on July 4th this year at 59 years old. My aunt had heart issues. My grandfather had heart issues. My mother, love my mother to death. My mother she's bipolar schizophrenic. I'm not bipolar schizophrenic. So in my head, I'm thinking that's linked to heart issues, and I don't do it. I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be here forever. I can definitely guarantee I'm not gonna be here forever. But I do have heart issues. It's just not apparent right now because I'm still young and I move around a lot. I eat like this. So rather than trying to live forever, I'm just taking the time I have and leaving a legacy to show people a way. Maybe if you change the way you eat, you change the way you live, you'll live a lot longer. But I think the longevity of life is not what's important. The quality of life is. I'm gonna say that again. They say if you say something 3 times, people can't get it right. The longevity of life is not important. The quality is. The longevity of life is not how long you live is not important. The quality of your life is. So what I'm trying to do now, and what I've always been trying to do, is just leave you guys a blueprint to how to live a quality life if you consider how I live quality. We're in Dallas. We're in Dallas next week, celebrating with my homies that I grew up with next week. Some of my homies that I grew up with next week. Popping bottles, driving nice cars, staying downtown Dallas in a high class suite. I just left San Andreas where I flew 2 girls out to an island in Colombia, but most Colombians never even been to that island. 2 weeks before that, I was in Santa Marta with two nice joints having fun on an island on a beachfront condo. 3 weeks before that, I was in Bogota with 2 models that are in magazines. Now, maybe you could look at other content creators and say, hey, they edit better. Cool. Maybe you look at content creators and say, yo, they go to more places. Cool. But a quality of life, imagine that. Imagine looking at any other creator and saying their quality of life is anywhere near what I've been showing you guys. As a man who has 2 kids, 2. So again, longevity of life is not what's important. Quality of life is. Um, Shout out to Las Vegas Sports Talk in the building, y'all. Another Jersey brother, I believe. Another Jersey brother out in the Dominican Republic. That's why that's why I didn't move back after the military. Taxes too damn high. Again, if you got that pension, you don't got no kids age, overseas lifestyle might be yours. If you're already up there in age. But you're in your 20s, you're in your 20s, early 20s, early 30s, I can't see it, man. I just can't see it. Shout out to Shula Peace. I think I saw him. I could be wrong. Maybe he could correct me if not. I think I saw it. I was watching Shoe Love Peace, and he travels around the world. He does pretty much Xbox stuff. And I listened to one of his things once. And I was like, yo, I like what he's doing, but let me think more into it. I hope he's not one of the people who are just traveling and working as an expat. And before I even spoke on one of his shows, he says he owns property in the United States. Whether he owns rental properties, whether he owns he rents a place and then subleases it, he owns property. He creates income in the United States. I applaud that guy because that's not the majority of expats. It's not the majority of travelers, and unfortunately, it's not a great long-term strategy. I'm not saying it can't work. Don't get that wrong confused. We're not saying it can't work. We're just saying at a younger age, it's way different than like Las Vegas, who's in his 50s, I believe, and he's or 60s, and he's able to live for the rest of his life in paradise. It's not the same. Shout out to Will Milano in the building. What up? What up? What up? Where's Milano says, tell him Fresh, these YouTubers be lying. One thing I realized is that the more the more you the more you get involved with drama, the less time you spend showing somebody hope. Now, I don't mind. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I watch the drama stuff too. It's comical. But for me, my channel, I told you already. Rest in peace. My aunt died at 59. My grandfather, heart problems, died at 72. I don't know how long I'm gonna live. I just know I'm living a quality life. And when it's my time to go, I have things set up for my kids. Because I understood the long play, the long game. I understood why it's important to not follow trends, why it's important to stand for something that you believe in, and why it's important to follow your purpose more than follow the money. So for me, if I go after this live, yeah, just know that I'm happy. I'm crazy. I'm not going to Milano. I'm not going to ever call another YouTuber liar. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to start drama with another YouTuber. I'll point out contradictions. Oh yeah, I'll do that. But I use their own words to point out the contradictions. I use their own words to point out the contradictions because it's just so easy. Everybody, it's just so easy. But I won't spend too much time on it because I got a lot of stuff I haven't done yet. Right now, we are doing our Colombia tour this year. I got one place outside Colombia going weekend yet. But we're doing the Colombia tour this year. Next year, we're gonna go to Thailand instead of going to Cali, Colombia. Next year, we're gonna go to Thailand. Thailand is the only place I really wanted to go before I retire. But again, responsibilities long term. I have kids. I can't just take, especially I have a young kid who lives with me, a son who lives with me. He's been living with me since he was 3 years old in third grade. No, he's been living with me since he was 3 years old. It was like 1, 2 years he didn't live with me at that time, but yeah, damn. I can't just get up and take a 3-week trip to Thailand at any time while he's in school. So it becomes the only time where I'm able to take that trip is during the summer when he's at his mother's house. So, Cali's usually my thing I do it in August, but I'm willing for changing it for next year. But after that, we back to Columbia. We're gonna probably rent a place in Barranquilla. So we might next year, we might do that. We're gonna just rent a place to stay. Jay Brass, what up, what up, what up? Alright, so Jay Brass says, I think you're wrong on the Social Security because if you're a U.S. citizen, you pay taxes no matter where you live, so you get credit towards Social Security. Here's what I said, Jay Brass. If you're a entrepreneur, which sometimes remote workers get paid as an entrepreneur, are responsible for paying Social Security taxes. If you're not paying Social Security taxes because you're living abroad, let's say you live in Colombia, and if you're there more than half the time, you have to pay Colombian tax. You don't pay United States tax for the same thing. Do that double taxation. So there may be a chance where maybe you're not paying your Social Security tax because your job is allowing you to work as a subcontractor or as a remote work as a subcontractor in another country, or they're allowing you to work and you pay your own bills, your own taxes. It's very rare that if an entrepreneur, like if you look at any entrepreneur businesses that people have, it's very rare that a person who's made money on YouTube, who's maybe made $100,000 on YouTube, that they paid any Social Security tax. Do you know why? Because that tax doesn't come out pre-YouTube. You are responsible for that tax, and YouTube makes you sign for that. So let's say you're a YouTuber and you're living in Kenya and you haven't paid any Social Security taxes, and now you're 60 years old, and now you want to get Social Security in the States, and they look at you like, hey, you only paid Social Security for 3 years. You haven't paid for the 10-year minimum, so you won't get Social Security. This is what I mean by all United States citizens are supposed to pay tax. But to make it easy for people to understand, if you have a YouTube channel, you know that you are responsible for paying your taxes. It doesn't come out your check like a regular check would. So, yeah. The realest YouTube of them all, I appreciate that, y'all. Let's see. Shout out to Passport Life in the building, CTG weekend. Okay, I see you. Again, y'all, I don't think CTG is as bad as Medellin when it comes to what's going on right now. So I can imagine some wild times still happening in CTG. But still be careful. Salute Tripping with Dre. Salute Tripping with Dre. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Steiner says, what you eating? Turkey bacon, home fries, and leftover and pancakes. There ain't really no pancakes left, but pancakes. Nora's mom says, by the way, don't worry about, I'll call them liars. That's crazy. I hear you, man. Listen, I was in the Dominican Republic since May 2nd. Milano, I seen a couple of your episodes. Again, I watch everybody. Well, almost everybody. I seen a couple of your episodes, Milano, when you was walking down the street. I guess one time you was talking to the Dominican guy, and you was at a store before the store was open. And it did seem like you was like a little bit cautious to film, which is awesome to be that cautious. But honestly, man, I tell people all the time, never ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness when it comes to live streaming. Because if you ask for permission and say no, whatever you recorded before then becomes irrelevant. But if they tell you to stop recording and or can you not film me, and you're in a public area, you can simply just turn away. And whatever you filmed up to that point ain't gonna matter because you was in public. I still give people the courtesy. Like if like most the only time I don't ask for permission, but I inform the women. Every woman that you see on camera with me, they're all informed that I'm quote unquote an influencer and I do YouTube. so that everything you see on camera, it doesn't become a delete the video experience. It doesn't become a delete the video experience. And the reason for that is that the content we create, and I said this on another interview I did, the content we create, and people don't really, I don't people think people really understand it fully. It's called intellectual property. That means we can use this property in any form, any manners, any manner that we want to use it for any extended time. I can pass this content on to my daughter or to my son. They can use this content, make more money. They can pass it on to their granddaughter and grandson. They can make more money. This is why it's so important to be able to film and get all as much as you can now, because we don't know in the future if a lot more stuff comes up where it makes it more difficult to film. There were some countries where you could fly a drone before. I'm trying to name one specific. I think like maybe China. There were some countries where there was a window when you could fly a drone. You can no longer fly a drone in some countries. What do you think the drone content that people have from when they could fly a drone in these countries can do? It can make a lot of money. It can make you stand out from a lot of people. But you know why it was important? Because they didn't ask for permission. They just flew the drone. And then when I was in Ghana, same thing. I was in Ghana. I was at just last year, 2025. Shit, it was last year. Shit. I was in Ghana. It was last year. Shoot, it was the beginning of last year. I was in Ghana, in Accra, Ghana, 2025. And I went to the place they called the Star, the Black Star, where everybody goes and take pictures and stuff. And I flew my drone up. I had a Nigerian girl with me. I flew my drone up in the air. Got all the content I want. Then I wanted to come in for a close shot before I land. So I came in for a close shot, and the guy came and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "You can't fly that." And I said, "Okay, sure." And I took it down and I put it in my pocket. Had I asked him, "Can I fly my drone?" I wouldn't have had 10 minutes of footage before he told me to take it down. Again, same thing in DR. Like I said, this is relating to what I don't know if Milano's still here, but this is relating to that situation where you was like, damn, it was early, I don't know if I can film, bro. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. Exactly right, 10, exactly. The Netfield experience, what up? Appreciate the advice of Columbia. You got it, Netfield, again. It's just my experience, y'all. I try to inspire others to go experience something themselves and give them an outline based on my experience. All right, we finished eating. We got what else we got to do today, y'all. If you're just tuning in, we're just live streaming, trying to test out my new camera phone right before we go to Dallas, Texas this week. Running a couple errands while we do so. Keeping active. Trying to see how the front of the camera like that look and how the back of the camera looks also. I actually need to go look for a refrigerator. I don't want to buy the refrigerator now. I want to wait till I come back from Dallas just in case we overblow a bag in Dallas. I want to have some cash on me. Otherwise, that's what we might do. We might go look. If we find something if we find something for like $300, I have it shipped over here. But we're gonna go look because first we gotta find out where we're gonna put the I like the table being here. I like the bed being here. I feel like I gotta move this dresser up some. I feel like I gotta move this dresser up some more so it's not being blocked by that. And I can't put the refrigerator here because I can't have it blocking that. And I think this is the G outlet I need for the I could maybe I could put the stove right here and have it facing that G out. I want the G out block behind it. I gotta figure it out, man. Because I really would like to put the refrigerator right here. It's not a big refrigerator, just like right here. But then I don't think I can have the refrigerator here with the door opening and then the stove right here. I probably could. refrigerator right here, stove right here. I just got to move this table more over. That's what I probably have to do. Move this table more over. Put the refrigerator right here. Connect it to that outlet. No, shoot. Connect the stove to that outlet. Outlet right there. Actually, stove. Or I mean, put the stove right here. Put the refrigerator. I don't know. We'll figure it out, y'all. We'll figure it out. Let me get to your comment before we get back to the car real quick. Let's get your car and we'll get to your comments, y'all. Again, y'all. Hopefully it's not messing up too bad because I know sometimes it get blurry. There's internet in this house. I could probably get the internet when I get things going. But let me see. Again, y'all. Leaving mess. I'm probably cleaning myself. I don't want to call a cleaner, pay $100. Well, I mean, I might call a cleaner to make sure it's all clean. My cleaners across the street, so I probably will call a cleaner. But all that stuff I'm gonna do when I get back from Cali, because I want to make sure I got some bills. The only thing I'm gonna get when I get back when I get from what's the name is I'll probably get a refrigerator. Let's go looking for a refrigerator though. I like the sound of that. Let's go looking for a refrigerator, y'all. We'll run some more errands today. Again, y'all, this is my second property, man. I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done with buying properties, y'all. I think that's it for me. I think that's it for me for real. Like, again, I always thought that I was gonna have to have. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'll put it around. Okay. I always thought that I was gonna have to Oh shucks. Hold up. Oh, there's flies here. Cut grass. My fault. Alright, y'all. We back. They're gonna have to cut all them trees down too. Alright, so I always thought that I was gonna have to buy 10 houses and make $1,000 on each house so that I could retire early and live a lifestyle. But again, the knowledge of knowing how the rest of the world is, the knowledge of knowing where I could live and how I can move. I don't got to be in Colombia all year. I could be in Colombia 6 months, and then be in Costa Rica 3 months, or be in all these other Jamaica, all this stuff. Knowing all that information made it easier for me to retire at 50 instead of having to wait to 62 or 65 because I was realized that I could live a great life in Colombia. I could live a great life just having 2 properties, and I didn't have to buy 5 or 6 or 7 and have to deal with so many different personalities. I didn't have to buy a big building. In order to what's up, bro? Nah, I had to get rid of that, man. Yeah, my grandfather didn't leave the title. You know how hard it is to get a title in Jersey if you don't. Yeah. Got rid of it. I only got to keep 1 car. So I was happy I got 1. Hey, Mia. Hey, what's going on? All right, take it easy, bro. My daughter over here. I was just coming to see what they did with the yard. You growing your dreads back? Wait. You going where?
Going to the store get some juice.
Oh man.
Some juice with my
Say hi.
Say hi to who?
I'm live.
Oh, hi.
My daughter right here. She growing her dreads back. She had dreads when she was 2 years old. 3 years old.
2. It was from 2 to 6.
She had dreads. It's gonna be crazy going back.
Yeah, it's gonna be all the way down. It's permanent though. It's permanent.
You gonna be good?
Yeah, it's for good. I'm gonna do styles with too.
Okay. You still got that? You still got the card for the account? I'm gonna send you something for lunch. All right. You got it. All right, come on, let's get over here. Oh, I ain't want to waste that food. All right, y'all. My daughter growing her dreads back. Y'all gotta realize one thing. I know for y'all, for y'all looking at like growing her dreads, it's not a really big thing. All girls wear different type of hairstyles. My daughter's mother is Ghanaian. Her family is Ghanaian. When I tell you they look at Ghanaians as criminals with dreads, I mean girls and boys. They look like they. I'm pretty sure her mother gonna be yelling at her. But listen. I'm telling you, if anybody got a girl and like a baby girl, they got a daughter. Anybody got a daughter? You don't argue with you don't break you just be an option where they can go if their mother and them get in an argument. Cause I already know what that argument. Her mother, oh man, I know they're gonna have an argument about that. Cause man, oh man, oh man, I hope I don't have to deal with that either. Again, I don't know why, but a lot of African nations, they don't, they look at like the whole braids and dreads thing. Like we're gonna look for some go some places looking for what's the names right now. They look at the whole braids and dreads thing as criminals. They think everybody that has braids or dreads is a criminal. I guess because they related to Black Americans. So I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Ah, man, this is gonna be nasty work. Again, y'all. Like I said, another reason why you seen that apartment I built that apartment so that when my daughter and my mother have a situation, she can go down there and use it when I'm not using it. Eventually, maybe she'll rent it, but not right now because I need it for some things. But she can go down there and she could just relax and have her own space because, again, mothers and daughters they always get a time where they love each other to death, but if you you know they fight, man. God, man, they fight. I know y'all don't understand it, but trust me, the dread thing is really something. Let me see your comments. Hold up. What's going on? No, I got that part. What's going on, Cry? Oh, Siri. What's going on, Siri? Then make sure you pay Uncle Sam his money for Social Security. You have to think about the future. Again, unfortunately, a lot of people don't, man. It's so easy to pay Uncle Sam when it comes right out of your check. It's so easy to pay Uncle Sam when it comes right out of your check. But for a lot of people who are expats, I can imagine, because I'm a business owner. I am a business owner. I pay Uncle Sam at the end of the year. Like, I have a lot of stuff to write off, but I still pay Uncle Sam at the end of the year for me owning properties. Because the Uncle Sam money don't come out. It don't come out of my rent. It don't come out of the rent I get. And I told you guys almost how much I get already. It don't come out of that rent. I gotta pay it. If I don't pay it, I'm cooked. King says, true indeed. The Netfield experience. I had the same thing. I've been capturing conversations with locals with their permission, and I think I have a bunch of people saying, "Why did I film with this person?" Bruh, I even have it pinned in my content. Yeah, again, yo. Once you got it in his IP, man, 1,000,001 ways you could do it, bro. 1,000,001 ways. I got videos that I put out as a vlog, right? I put the video out as a vlog, and it did good. Maybe got 4,000 or 5,000 views, right? But then I put that same video, the same content, out as a black man's guide, part of the black man's guide, and I just talked over it. And now that video got 1,000,000 views. That video got 300,000, 400,000 views with the same images, just different words behind it. Again, yo, don't ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness. Shout out to Mentuition in the building. International, Steve. What's going on, y'all? I seen you guys on the Razor panel. Oh, was the Razor panel earlier? I know it was Razor panel. Yeah, I think it was Razor panel. Was it Razor panel? I don't know. I think it might have been y'all show. Y'all seen on y'all show earlier, man. I can't wait to start seeing y'all vlogs, y'all. Todd Parker, what up? Fresh, heading to Brazil tonight, Colombia in 2 weeks, and back to Costa Rica in August. What a life! Again, y'all, to live life like this, man. To live life like this, it's possible. I just like the fact that it's more people doing it. Because the more people that's doing it, the more possible it is for other people to see that it's possible. Stoneface, what up, man? He says, how many properties do you have? I have two. I'm not, the highest I've ever had was 3, and that's when I owned a place in Miami. I probably will, most likely, yes. When I have a kid in Colombia, I will buy another condo. In Colombia, and that's going to be probably the last thing I buy. The last property I buy, because I want all my kids to have a property of their own. Yeah. So let's see. Ascending, what up? What up? When did you realize you only needed those properties when you started? Okay, shout out to Ascending Aesthetics. Ascending Aesthetics says, when did I realize I only needed those properties? I realized at 34 years old, because at 33 years old, I was still putting together my Newark property. My fault. Yeah, at 34 years old, right before I brought the Miami Beach property, waterfront property, I realized that I don't have to own a bunch of properties, because I can live overseas 6 months and then just come back to the States when it's warm and live in one of the units of the properties I own. And that's when in 2000, and I'll tell you the year, it was 2019. 2019. I had both of my units in Newark filled, the first floor and the second floor. I was living on the third floor and in the basement. I was making $1,000 a month and living free. Making $1,000 a month and living free with just from that house. Then I still had my other place in West Orange, right? I still had my other place in West Orange. From that house, I was making $2,500. No, $2,100 after water bills and electric bill had to pay. So $2,100 plus $3,000 plus $1,000. I was making $3,100 and I still had a place to live, where I could shower, I could cook, I can do all that stuff. When that hit me at 34 in 2019, and then I realized, oh snap, with $2,000, I could live anywhere in Colombia I really want to live. Well, except for Medellin maybe now, but I could live anywhere with $2,000 and live a comfortable life. And I'm making $3,100, and that was back then. And I'm making $3,100, and still I could come back to the States if anything messed up because I got my own place. A light went off on my head. I could retire. Oh snap. And at that time, my son, there was 2-3 years that my son wasn't living with me. So I was like, oh shoot, I could retire. Shucks. If I retire, I could retire at 35 and I don't gotta work a day in my life again. And if I lose one tenant, I'm still up $2K. Oh, and this is 2019. I'm up $2K. Shit. But at that time I was still like, I could buy more places though. But I was going through it. You can see, mind you, all this stuff is tracked in my journey. It's all under the financial section where you see me going through these comments and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let me just get one more place. And I was like, let me get a place in Montclair, because, you know, when I growing up in East Orange and Newark and Irvington and going to school in Montclair, I felt like once you get to Montclair, you have the status in your family to say we made it. We own a property in Montclair. We made it. And I was like, damn, I didn't want to go this way. I wanted to go to the what's the name store. I'm gonna go this way. And I was like, we made it. I made it. I get a place in Montclair. Nobody will be able to tell me nothing. Because if I get a place in Montclair, I live with the billionaires. I live next. I own property next to the billionaires. But remember, in 2020, what happened? COVID happened. And when I started looking for a place, all the New Yorkers was coming over and frying in places. Places going $120,000 over asking, $250,000 over asking. Places not even being listed, going secret deals and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool. And that's when I decided to get the place in Miami Beach. And that experience, that experience surpassed anything I could imagine. Owning a place in Miami Beach surpassed anything I could imagine. I really thought Montclair was it. Bro, I live down the street from Bill Gates. Man, no, I live 15 minutes from Bill Gates. I want to be specific. I live 15 minutes from Bill Gates. My condo was across the street from Puff Daddy when he was out. My condo was across the street from Rick Ross, where he lives now. My condo, across the water. Across the bay. Let's say it right. Across the bay. 5 minutes in a boat. No, 3 minutes in a boat. from my boat dock, from the boat dock where my condo was at, to Tommy Hilfiger's mansion was 3 minutes. And I used to watch everybody on their big boats and all that stuff. Bro, I could have never imagined that being my life, man. I never imagined that being my life. As much as I love traveling overseas, God damn that shit, man. As much as I traveling overseas, I never imagined that being my life. Like going outside on a Friday with a chick, and we just sitting in my jacuzzi, watching Chris Brown and P Diddy on the boat doing their thing. Not with the other people, of course. Just showing who was on the boat that time. Watching Tommy Hilfiger come out with the models on the yacht. Dog, that shit was like, man, listen. That shit was you just gotta know the experience, bro. I did that for 3 years. The only reason I came back is because my son had to come back and live with me. Remember, I told you it was a 2 or 3 years when my son lived with his mother. My son had to come back and live with me, and for me, that outweighed any kind of experience I could get in Miami. And then after owning it for another 2 years, I was like, you know what? I can't even do. I brought it to live in here. I don't need to rent this. I brought it to live here because I wanted that lifestyle. And I'm not even living here. Now this is another property I own. I rent. I'm just gonna sell it, and then I'll pay my debt down, and I'll buy a place in a condo. Get ready for my condo in Colombia. So again, y'all, oh my God, bro. I hope I tell people all the time. Listen. The reason why, like I said, rest in peace to my aunt. She died at 59 from I think from they haven't announced it yet, but I think it had to do something with her heart. My grandfather died at 72, had something to do with his heart. My heart not the greatest. I hope that we get to live in our memories when we leave, bro. I hope we get to live in our memories when we leave, because, bro, the shit I've been, and y'all got to see a lot of it, but y'all ain't get to see everything. y'all ain't get to see everything, bro. Let me get y'all comments. Global International, what up? Appreciate you, bro. Neighborhood king, community activist, and the world traveler, man. I'm just a black man from Newark, New Jersey, telling his story, man. I might fit under all those barriers. I mean, under all those banners, but I'm just a black man from Newark, New Jersey, trying to inspire people by telling them my story and telling them what's possible, man, and showing them what's possible. Oh, they got the 4-wheelers out. Oh, it's gonna be a crazy day. They got the 4-wheelers out today. Oh man, it's crazy. Let me see your comments, y'all. How you doing up there, champ? Good to catch up. It's definitely good to catch up, Global Paper. I hope your sneaker game got better, man. Cause you was lacking for a minute. I hope your sneaker game got better. Your shoe game got better. I mean, we outside still. Come on, man. I'm sitting here looking for what's the name store? Cause sometimes I was gonna order I was gonna get a refrigerator from Home Depot, but the refrigerator from Home Depot is it's $500 after taxes delivered. If I get my guys to pick it up, it's still $500 pretty much. But sometimes you can go to one of these stores, they sell like used electronics, and you know, for a refrigerator, they'll clean it up nicely. And I don't really need a brand new refrigerator for down there. I don't really need a brand. I just need it to be really good, clean, and newish looking. So if I can get something for like $300, if not, I'll just pay $500 when I get back. I don't really mind. I mean, everything else down there is new except for that one cabinet. But again, man, I'm not. Oh, they sell appliances too. I'm not really the most expensive, luxurious paying man there is, y'all. Y'all know y'all see me looking around. I'm not really focused on it. I'm gonna get to y'all comments when we get to, but I'm just looking around for a shop that specifically sells refrigerators and appliances and stuff. I don't see one here. I know where one's at in East Orange, and I've been there before and I shopped there, but they don't be having the dope ones. I want a stainless steel looking one, or at least a stainless steel looking one. I mean, because I wanted to match the joint, man. Let me get your comments. I know that most African countries look down on people with dreads. Yeah, exactly, Stoneface. That's what I said. I just know that's gonna be a situation with her mother, man. And that it always, if you got kids, you know it always involves, especially if your kid live with their mother. I mean, even though it's my house, they still live with their mother. They pay rent, so it's like I know they're gonna be like, you take her, let her sit over there until she come back here with no dreads. Nah, let's not do that. We'll figure something out, yo. I need that basement right now. Shout out to Chestnut in the building. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Maybe I'll take y'all to McDonald's next time, y'all. And McDonald's it sells. It's like if you ever see home Coming to America, then you know there's a McDonald's here too, also. McDonald's rather barbecue. Let me see. Ascending Aesthetics says beautiful explanation. Thanks for the info. You got it, man. Wow, everybody is live. Tim Howard, I don't know, man. Just today I felt like going live. I didn't feel like dropping it short. I feel like going live, having a conversation. I had a bunch of errands to do, and most importantly, I told you guys I'm going to Dallas Friday. My friends are gonna be there Wednesday, but I'm going Friday. I didn't want to take too many days off because I got Cali coming up next month. So I'm going to Dallas Friday, and I wanted to test out the live stream with my new cell phone, and see how the front of the camera works, how the back of the camera works. For you guys that don't know, the front facing camera that you can see yourself on and the back facing camera have two different qualities of picture or images, and I want to see how crisp the front facing camera is and how crisp the back facing camera is in comparison to the S22 that I just got rid of. Yeah, so that's that. Shout out to J Diggs in the building. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, man, they got a lot of dispensaries now too. I'm gonna get my brother at work at the firehouse today. I don't know. Again, y'all, listen. Real estate, man. We just left my other house. I also feel like while I wanted to originally purchase, I originally wanted to purchase a property in Colombia right away, but I decided not to because of what was happening in Medellin. Also because I want to make sure that when I have the kid, I'm not worried about having money to give them the lifestyle that I want them to have over there. I could buy a crib. If I took out a loan, I could buy a crib, and I would have to pay more bills. I would have to pay more bills versus just renting in Barranquilla and building up the credibility with whatever baby mother I have over there, so that she realizes that once she proves to me that she could be reliable, even though I'll get them apartment and stuff, but once she proves to me that she could be reliable, and I don't mean reliable meaning she don't have sex with nobody else, she don't be with nobody else, but reliable being the woman I need to raise my child with, then I'll be like, all right, so now I'm getting a crib, and I'm going to put the crib's going to be in my name, and it's going to be in a trust rather, and my name is going to be the executor, and our son or our daughter is going to be on the thing too. So if anything happens to me, it automatically goes to them. And I want to make sure that I have a lot of time with the kid and her mother or his mother before this happens. Again, I've had a couple of girls who I thought was gonna be that one. I had the venous swelling. Again, over time they showed me they're not, and hey, it doesn't happen. I got a girl right now that is, she's really showing it. And one thing I realized is this. I realized that the girl that I have a kid with in Colombia has got to be understanding and willing to play part on my team and understand how I move. Meaning, she's got to know that I'm going to be with other women, but she got to know that she's going to be put first and the kid is going to be taken care of. She also has to be bisexual. There's no other way. She has to have girls. There's no other way that that is going to work with me and the girl in Colombia, because I need her to like girls. Even though we may not do nothing with girls all the time, we may only be us, we might do it once or twice, she got to like girls. And another thing is that she has to have a family that was good. But the one thing I realized is that I did not, and I don't, to this day, I still don't think so. I do not want a very attractive woman to be my baby mother in Colombia. I know y'all, if you agree, maybe you guys don't, and I'll tell you why. I'll put you, I'll do a poll pause in the chat real quick before we do it. If you would like your girlfriend or your baby mother or the mother of your child to be a very attractive woman in Colombia or abroad, type 1 in the room right now. And when I say very attractive, I mean 8, 9, or 10. If you want your baby mother to be an 8 or girlfriend to be an 8, 9, or 10 in Colombia or Brazil or abroad, type it in the room right now. Me, I want my baby mother to be a 4, a 5, or a 6. A 4, a 5, or a 6. And there's a lot of reasons why. I'm going to give you guys some times to really compute what I just said before you type it in the room. I want my baby mother in Colombia to be a 4, a 5, or a 6 that is willing to be down for everything. I don't want her being an 8, 9, or 10. 6, 7, 6, 7. We skip 6, 7s. We don't do 6, 7s. I want her to be a 4. I mean, we don't do 7s. We don't do 7s. I want her to be a 4, a 5, or a 6. Now, a 4, a 5, or a 6 can go up 2 levels if you put up in some expensive clothes and you make it look nice. Maybe she can go up to a 7. Maybe. But I don't want a 8 or 9 baby mother. And the reason why, exactly ascending, hit it on the nose. And I get your rest of that comment when we come to a stop. You know, I don't want to text and drive. And now that I give you guys some time to put it in the chat, I realized that having a long time ago, and this is why a lot of people they complain about, oh, Flyboy, or not, actually a lot of people don't, some people do. Randomly they do. They say, Flyboy, you only got 6, 7s and some 8s on the show. You don't bring in the 9s and 10s. If you ever dealt with a 9 and a 10, and sometimes, most of the times, even an 8, a woman on a 1 to 10 scale. If you've dealt with, and I'm just driving around because I don't see no what's the name show? That's crazy. If you've ever dealt with a 8 or 9 or 10, then you understand that a lot of the times, if not all of the times, we're gonna go back to the house. It's going to come with a lot of responsibility and stuff you have to do, whether it's spend a lot of money or spend a lot of time. And you will have restrictions if you're dealing with an 8, 9, or 10 woman in any other country. What do I mean by that? Here's the restrictions. If you're dealing with a 9 or 10, she's not going to want to see you on YouTube with a bunch of other girls. Listen to what I'm saying. If you're dealing with a 9 or 10 or 8, 9, or 10 on YouTube, she's not going to want to see you with a bunch of girls on YouTube. That means your channel has now become a couple channel. Your channel has now become a couple channel because she doesn't want to see you on YouTube with anybody else, so now it's just you and her. Secondly, if she somehow says, if she's an 8 or 9, or an 8, 9, or 10, and she tells you, even if she lies to you and say, yo, I'm comfortable and I don't mind you being whatever girl you want to be, as long as you take care of me, I don't mind and that could just happen with a 3 or 4, it could too, but it's less likely. Tells you, I don't mind you being with another girl on camera, or another girl doing that stuff, as long as you take care of me. That just means that she's not going to be doing what she's supposed to be doing for you. And you're still going to have to be paying a high amount to keep an 8 and 9 or 10 happy. You know, a lot of people, they make content, and there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody has a different way of doing it. A lot of people make content. Oh, shucks. I'm back. A lot of people make content, and they got the 8s, 9, and 10s. And all the 8, 9, and 10 is doing is sitting there looking pretty. That doesn't last a long time. That satisfaction that you get from making content with an 8, a 9, or 10 where you're just sitting at a restaurant, you're just sitting on the couch, you're just sitting at the beach. Having that woman around for a long time, and it doesn't normally happen. Can you please, can somebody point me in the direction of any content creator who's consistently had the same girl who was a 9 or a 10 or 8 around on their channel with having other girls on their channel too? There aren't any. There aren't any. And there's a reason why. Because those caliber of women come with issues that most people don't want to deal with. I think my idea is that I don't think people leave the United States I don't think the people who leave the United States for women are leaving because just how the girl looks that they can get. I think it's the quality of treatment that matters more. I think it's the experience you have with the woman that matters more. I can have a nice little, I don't know where he going. I can have a nice little 6, right? Pause. A nice little 6 out of 10 woman, and she's jumping off the truck in high heels. And this shit is interesting. It's funny. It's cool to be around. We're grabbing attention everywhere we go. I can have another one who's probably like a 7, and I'm taking both to the island, and we can do wild stuff like riding the car, they twerking on the car. That's not stuff that an 8, 9, or 10 are gonna do, because the 8, 9, and 10 women ain't gonna have that energy to do that. So when it comes to a baby mother, having a baby mother in Colombia or another country, I want the baby mother that knows my lifestyle, and that's going to be a 4, 5, or 6. That's going to be a 4, 5, or 6. I want her that knows my lifestyle, accepts it, but she does have some requests, and her request might be, yo, I don't really want to be on the camera because I don't want to be seen like the other girls. I'll do short videos with you. We can do shorts, like YouTube shorts, I have had this conversation. Or if you want to have a family part of your channel where you want to have a family vlog, which I do, and you want to do family things together, we could do stuff together on that part when we have a child or while I'm pregnant. We can do a family part where we show you how a foreigner and a Colombian woman can have a kid and raise the kid in two different cultures in Colombia. And that part, she like, I would be on that part. We could do that part all the time, every time you come here. But when you do your other videos, and she says, I don't mind you doing your other videos. I'm cool with you doing your other videos. I just don't want to be on the video because I don't want people to see me as this girl that's just a fun girl to be with. And there's nothing wrong with that. She's like, I can accept that. I can accept that. And then I have girls that just want to have fun. Like, the craziest things is that people go, oh my God, all the girls are pros. They're not. The majority aren't. The majority aren't. And I think the reason why a lot of people think that all the women are pros is because the compatibility of how they move when they're with me. They feel like though most people have to pay to get that. And they don't understand that it's because I show them a lifestyle. I take them along with the lifestyle that I live, which could be going to nice restaurants, taking them shopping, dressing nice, doing all the stuff where they might not call back the guy who just gave them 500 mil pesos to be with them for the day. But they'll call me back knowing that I'm not going to give them any money, but I'm going to take them, I'll take them shopping. I'll take them to a nice restaurant where they've never been. I'll fly them to the island so that they've never been. I'll take them to Medellin and their family's never been to Medellin. I'll take them to Guadalupe and they've never been to Guadalupe. And so the girl is going to treat me differently. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So and I'll get to your comments that when I'm driving, I want to get to your comments. A lot of people don't understand that. So they'll be like, oh my God, every girl's a pro. He's paying all these girls to do this. That's why they're doing everything, dog. Anybody that's ever been with a pro, no, you can't pay a pro to do nothing she don't want to do. Let's be realistic here, y'all. Let's be realistic here, y'all. And if you watch any other content creators, you can see this too. This is not just me saying this. Go watch your favorite content creator that has pros. You can't pay a pro to do some stuff that she don't want to do. You can't pay pros to dog. I don't want to say anybody's name because I don't want to feel like this is a shot. That's the only reason why I'm not pointing out situations where, dog, people have paid pros on YouTube, and the pro ain't doing what they want them to do. The pro don't want to be on camera, or if she do want to be on camera, she don't want to twerk. Or if she do want to be on camera and she don't mind dancing, she don't want to have nothing sexy on, or she don't want to be on live. Again, you can't pay a pro to do exactly what you want to do, but a lot of people will see my videos and think, hey, these girls are doing exactly what he wants them to do. They're moving exactly how it makes him look good. It makes him look away, and they can't understand this because I show them a lifestyle, not because I give them money. Hopefully the future content creators who are here are going to be they're going to be like they're going to be smart enough to know that, yo, just ask me. I will never tell you when a girl's a pro. I'm not going to say this girl's a pro. I'm just not going to say that. But I'm going to say, I'll tell you when it's not a pro. I'll just say, I'll tell you when it's not a pro. And I'll tell you, hey, ask yourself. Because she might be a pro to somebody else. I've had women, I'm going to say recently, I've had women on my channel who are pros with a lot of other guys. Who other guys have told me, yo, I paid this much for her. I paid this much for her and her friend. I paid this much for her and her. And it don't make me cooler than them other guys. Because I got it for free. It don't make me more boss that I got it for free. Or I got it not for free. I got it without paying direct cash for it. It don't make me a boss. It just means that the relationship I have with that person is not the same relationship they have with that person. My relationship isn't a pro relationship, so how can I call somebody a pro? Because that's not what I did. If I have to pay for a woman, for example, I tell people 90 to 95% of the snacks that I film are pro I pay for. I won't say pros. 90% of the snacks I film I pay for. Now I have about 4 out of 15, maybe 3 out of 15. Something like that. 3 out of 15 that I didn't pay to dance. They just wanted to dance with me because, you know what I mean? But I always give them a little money. But none of 3 out of 15 didn't ask for it. But the regular content and stuff, most of it is just the lifestyle, man. I'm gonna get to your comments in a second. We almost at the crib. Most of it is just showing them the lifestyle, y'all. Oh, it's my fault, y'all. Again, so that's just another thing I was thinking of. Again, we was gonna be live. Told you we live for a minute. It's a 2-hour live. We'll talk for a little bit when we get to the crib, and then I gotta I'll end the live because I have to there's something I have to do. Hold on. I'll end the live soon because there's something I have to do. I have to get to your comments. Oh, I have to pack. I could probably talk to y'all while I pack. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear for to Texas and stuff. To Dallas. That's what I'm gonna do as soon as I get home. I'm gonna pack my bag. I pick my son up later, so it's only 12 o'clock. Alright, cool. I got time. So we're gonna figure it out, y'all. I get to your comments when we come to the stop. But again, man, and this is why I like tracking. This is why I love tracking my journey and showing you guys and sharing you guys with the behind the scenes stuff like this, where it might not be entertaining. It might not be a chick with me. It's just an informative conversation that we're having to give you backstory. Because again, 100 years from now, people might not all want entertainment. They might want to know the story. I think from 100 years from now, even now too, I think the storyline is always more important than the entertainment for long-term process. The storyline is way more important because the storyline. Can you imagine watching what is that called? Watching Marvel, the Marvel series, and all it is a bunch of people fighting. There's no conversations. This is a bunch of people fighting, a bunch of superpowers going all over the place, and you don't see no conversation. You don't know no plot to the story. You don't know no characters' names. All you see is Superman jumping in there, and you see Batman, and you see Iron Man, and you see all the people just fighting with no storyline. That would eventually get boring. It might be interesting for a little bit to watch all the cool fights and the graphics and stuff. It might be cool for a little bit, But longevity, nobody's gonna want to continue to watch that series because there's no storyline. The difference between my channel and a lot of other these content channels is that there's no balance with the storyline. It's either super dramatic, drama, or it's crash out, crash out, crash out. Oh, let's go. All right, let's go upstairs, y'all. We'll talk a little bit more. I'll get to your comments, and we'll talk a little bit more while I pack, and then we'll end the live. We'll talk a little bit more while packing, and we'll end the live stream, y'all. So I can see how quality. We did 2 hours, so 2 hours is a good number. That's a good number. Hold on a second, y'all. Hello. Hold on a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna get to your comments. I think I was watching. Shout out to V Swells. I was watching V Swells earlier today while I was cleaning up. I couldn't really message him, but I was watching it, and he had a title of his show, and I think his title of V Swells, the Traveler Show, was "What Space Are We In?" I make content that's in a lot of different spaces, but I think he was referring to, for what people know as the Black travel space, what space are we in? I think a lot of people, they're getting travel space confused with the talk radio space, the talking head space, the podcast space, because that's what I think. I think that's what it is. I think in V Swells, when he titled it, "What space are we in?" Because this don't feel like the travel space. I think the space that we're in is the talk radio podcast space. And the reason why I say that is because while traveling is anything you do when you're abroad, or anything that's related to not even international, anything you're doing outside of the city that you live in is called travel. That's where a lot of people get confused for the first part. A lot of people they say, oh, it's only traveling when you go internationally. No, it's not. If you live in New Jersey and you go to New York, that's travel. If you live in Texas and you go to Florida, that's travel. What you do in that place is travel. The issue is that travel is not just tourism, and that's where everybody gets confused. They say, what is travel? Is travel just going to places and sitting on the couch? It could be. It could be if you're communicating with somebody from that city. If you're communicating with somebody from that country that you're in, that could be travel. Well, when you're just sitting on the couch by yourself talking, unless you're talking about travel, unless you're talking about your activities and stuff, that's when the conversation starts to switch. Is it travel? A lot of the stuff is just drama, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of the content that people watch is drama. And I had this live conversation, not gonna say his name. I had a conversation with Rello on his channel. I don't know if it's still up, but I had a conversation when I said, what's going to happen is that the space that people consider the travel or Black travel space is going to get to a point that for people to be entertained, you gotta damn well near kill yourself to be and to be entertaining. You got to do something that's not that's self-deprecating to self-deprecating to deprecating to be considered not boring. You can't just show beautiful women dancing in a jacuzzi anymore. That's not enough for people. You gotta show them getting in the jacuzzi with a radio or something like that. Or you gotta push them down and make something again. When it gets to that point, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being boring. But I think that's where the point that this space is at. This space is at the point where if you want to be with some people, and there's only some people, that's the whole thing. People get confused because they see 230 people in the chat, right? Versus me, I'm 51. They see 51 people in the chat right now. And they say, hey, how do you got 100,000 subscribers and you only got 51 people in the chat? And I simply say because 100,000 subscribers aren't all here for the live video. A lot of them are here for other forms of video, but I bring you everything. But if I was talking drama, there would be 250 people in the chat. But remember what I told you guys about life. You can go at any time. How you live shouldn't be based on, well, for me, how you live shouldn't be based on how many people watch you. It should be based on the message that you're trying to get across. It should be based on your purpose. But unfortunately, for some people, their purpose is actually to gain attention or to gain notoriety. And how do you do that? You go with the low hanging fruit. You beef with people. You talk about people. You entertain and make yourself look goofy to grab the attention of people. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. I know, and it might come off like I'm talking bad about it. It's not. I never say it's a bad thing because everyone has their own thing. But I was watching Cadillac Records the other day, and it was this guy called Wolf. The Wolf. They called him the Wolf. I don't know if you guys ever seen Cadillac Records. You might want to go see after this. And it was another guy called Lil Walter. And Little Walter was the flashy, known. Everybody loved him. Had the most girls. Had the most money. He was doing all that. And Wolf was just a calm guy. Like, hey, just give me my check. I don't want no advance. Just give me what I work for. Little Walter went broke and ended up dying at a younger age. Wolf stayed around for a long time. Made a lot of money. Had a great lifestyle. A lot of people, they just want that fast buck, bro. They'll do anything for it. And there's nothing wrong with it, just not me. We get to your comments because we finally made it here over 2 hours. Let me see. Tim Howard said everybody's live. Jay Diggs. Shout out to TNYC. What up? DZ says, what city is better, Barranquilla or Cali? It depends what you like. Honestly, if you don't speak Spanish, I'm going to automatically say Barranquilla. If you're not fluent in Spanish, you're not fluent, but if you don't speak Spanish well, I'm going to say Barranquilla because Barranquilla is a more of an international city. It's bigger. No, it's not. I don't know it's bigger. But I know it's a more of an international city for a fact. So you can get some hip hop in Barranquilla. You can get some R&B. You can get some. You'll get more expats in Barranquilla. Cali, if you like salsa, you'll like Cali a lot better. If you want to be off radar, Cali's a lot better. Barranquilla, for the most part, is what I consider safer. Cali is safe too in north and south of Cali, just not in the Occidental area. Looks wise, it depends what you like, because you can find the thick joints in Barranquilla too, with the curly hair. I think look wise, Barranquilla has Cali only on diversity. I love blonde. Me personally, for what I like, Cali is what I like, but I prefer diversity. Because Cali's got the thickness. But if you want a Paisa looking woman, you ain't gonna find her in Cali. Not unless she's from Medellin. But in Barranquilla, you'll find Shakira looking girls. You'll find more Paisa looking girls, and you'll find the thick brown skin joints. The Afro-Colombian looking women. So yeah, it really depends. Like if you're looking for work, Barranquilla is more of a port city. If you're looking for a standard of living as far as what's less expensive, it really depends. They're pretty much the same price. It's pretty much the same cost of living in each place because you're saying in a good place, in a good part of the city. I'd say Barranquilla is a little more expensive during Carnival, but you get more quality of life in Barranquilla than Cali. Shout out to Fly Shoney. What up, Fly? It's Shoney. A 4 could be very loyal and great. Exactly, great mother. Again, I'm telling you, at least my first one. Colombian baby mother is gonna be like either a 4, 5, or 6. Hey, come say hi. Let me see. J Bug, he said I see dudes. Wait, the dudes I see with 8, 9s, and 10s literally sitting somewhere just talking. Same play over and over again. J Boogie, exactly what I'm saying. Again, I don't want you guys to think this is a disrespect to it. No, it's just that longevity, consistency is important. But when it comes to longevity and wanting to be able to watch somebody for a long time, that's a bad play. That is a very, very bad play to want to just sit and with a 8, 9, or 10 in a park or in a movie theater for a lifetime. That's a very, very bad play. Who's hello?
That's all right.
Yeah, live, I'm live. Let me get you gonna cook.
I'm about to season.
Oh, she about to season. She about to cook. What you about to cook?
What is this one?
It's my channel. This is on YouTube though. I just got this new phone, so I'm testing it out.
Oh.
What you about to cook? What you about to season? I mean.
Chicken.
Oh, so season some chicken?
Yeah. Chicken tendico.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because that's been there for a minute.
Yeah.
You still good?
Mhm.
I'm gonna get out the kitchen so she could cook, y'all, cause she ain't got nothing on. I don't wanna mess my life up. Literally she ain't coming here with the bonnet. Let me see y'all. Again, J Bugs, yeah, let me take it over here. It's gonna get hot in here. She cooking. I ain't trying to be cooking. Let me see. I'm gonna get to your comments. We're gonna end this live, alright, y'all? I'm gonna get to your comments and we're gonna end this live. Let's see. King says, I date H9s and 10s and they are nothing but headaches. the games and this the games and being played super high maintenance, yes, is a turn off for me. I like 4, 5, and 6s who have 8 and 9 capabilities and keep them humble. Yeah, I don't like the word humble, but I agree with what King said. Again, it really depends. Like I think building a friendship, it's harder to build a friendship with an 8, 9, or 10 and she not expect a certain lifestyle all the time. But I mean, there are some 7s and 8s that you could do it. I just don't like the hassle. I definitely agree with you on that part, King. Satan, what Satan says the people who vlog their travels, Satan Lucifer's crazy. The people who vlog their travels outside of the passport bros are doing good numbers. Satan, here's the I don't know if he's still here. If he's still here, let me explain Satan with Satan what he doesn't or she doesn't understand. Satan says the people who vlog their travels outside of the passport bros are doing good numbers. The people who conduct their channels like TV are doing well without drama. The issue with that is that those people usually align with people who make PG-13 content. And that's the majority of times. On YouTube, if you make PG-13 content that's not damaging to ads suitable, you will get pushed a lot more than somebody who doesn't. The issue with that is that are you leaning towards trying to make money or trying to tell your story? Because if you want to tell a full inclusive story, it can't be PG-13. I learned a long time ago to live with this. When I made the Black Man's Guide, I had millions and millions of views. I had millions and millions of views across the guide. I still get more. If I showed you guys on my thing right now, I still get the majority of my income comes from my Black Man Guide, which I did 2018. I was 2019, 2020, or 2019 and 2020 and up. The people that are not in that field, they're telling you a story that's not complete, which is no different than history. A lot of people who make that content, I don't want to say any names, I don't want to say any disrespect, but there are some people who make that type of content. They can easily be replaced by AI. They can easily be replaced by AI. Put your favorite content creator. They can easily be replaced by AI because they don't interact. They may not speak the language. You only see them and you see them walking. You see them showing you the area and that's it. It's going to be very difficult to replace somebody who's showing you the full context of what a place is. I'm showing you the interactions with the older people learning about their history, and I'm also showing you two girls in a jacuzzi. I'm showing you how I can go to the hood and how they can have a different lifestyle, which is not all bad. But I'm also showing you how I can go to the good part and I can have all the money in the world and they acting like I'm crazy, like I'm bougie because I'm a black guy with money in the area where we're not supposed to be. Those content creators like that make channels that do stuff like that, they're never going to catch up to the people who will make PG-13 content. And that's okay. If you can live with that, that's okay. Because again, I said it earlier. My aunt died at 59. My grandfather died at 72. Your grandfather always said, you're going to always make money. It's what you do with it that matters. And I always say, you can always make more money, but you can never get back time. So If I'm going to spend all my time making PG-13 content and waste the years of my life where I could be moving around, interacting with people, if I'm going to waste my time sitting in a condo or sitting in a house in a room, just just talking drama about everybody else, then I don't even then I'm going against my purpose. It don't make no sense for me. Because just to get people view me, to get more than 48 people in the chat, to get more than 50 people in the chat, to get 250 people in the chat, I got to talk about what somebody else is doing. There's nothing wrong with it, but dog, life's too short. Life is way too short to spend a moment worrying about what somebody else is doing, which I don't agree with, or what I do agree with. So again, when it comes to what Saint says, the people who vlog their channels outside of Passport Bros are doing good numbers. That's cool, but their purpose might be to make money. It's not to tell an inclusive story. Because if their purpose is to tell an inclusive story, there's no way they would be making these numbers because it doesn't go in line with advertiser friendly guidelines. Um, Julian says real estate everywhere. Again, I used to start off with wanting a bunch of real estate. I'm happy with what I got now. I'm more than satisfied with what I got now. I just want to get one more place in Colombia for the kid I have in Colombia whenever I have a kid. Um, Terrence Hill said awesome content as usual. Um, AAA said is that right? That's my friend. I don't do the wife thing. I don't do the girlfriend thing. I do the girlfriend thing, but the girlfriend thing comes along with if a girl is willing to accept my lifestyle, then maybe yeah that too. But I don't do the wife thing. But I appreciate everybody for checking out this 2 hour plus live. I'm gonna look back at it and see on pause and see how it came out with the new camera phone, the Ultra S26. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THE. Excuse me, FLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Janae sleeping today?